So in a previous video, I had that really awesome Roy Powell lithium battery that I bought that I use for my shed barbecuing, which is for entertainment and ventilation. So I run a radio off of that, off of 12 volts, and I run an automotive exhaust fan up in the gable of the shed to vent the smoke. So I'm now out in the sun or out in the rain when I'm barbecuing. So since that battery has a potential of about 3,500 cycles, I says to myself, hey self, that battery might be around for a long time, might be around for several years, might be around for 10 years or something like that. I don't know. So I says, you know what? Let's treat that battery to something. So I'm going to treat this battery to solar charge maintenance. So I got a Renogy. I got one of them. I got a solar charge controller. So I'm not a stranger to the Renogy brand. So that brand, because I have one of their super huge power banks, which is actually intended for the CPAP users. So it's a huge power bank. So he says, so this company deals with portable power solutions and solar and this and that and blah, blah, blah. So I says, it's one of the few companies that have a charge controller that is dedicated to lithium batteries, that lithium ion battery. So I got one of their charge controllers that runs off of solar. So it's just a big black box, and I have to set it up for charging a lithium battery. So this is a 12 or 24 volt, 10 amp pulse width modulated charging system that's good for your gel cells, your absorbed glass mat, flooded lead acid, and lithium. So I've already set this up to be a lithium battery charger, and it has all the good stuff to bring it up to charge and maintain it and float charge and all the other good stuff. And it's good up to 10 amps. And then it tells you everything in here. It'll tell you, of course, when you wire this up, it's only got, for my installation, I'm only going to be using two connections. So you got the positive of solar, positive, negative, stuff like that for the solar. And then the same thing for the battery positive and battery negative. And then you can also, if you want, a optional temperature sensor for this thing. So it's very easy to set up. All you got to do is push and hold the bottom button here to get into the menu system, and then you can tailor it to your needs. So this does tell you the box temperature. So you want to set that up for Celsius or Fahrenheit, and then the rest of the display will tell you the voltage of your solar panels, your charging current. It'll tell you how much power you generated, battery voltage, the temperature, and then the amp and volts and the battery type, stuff like that. So very easy. And it tells you all the wire gauge, depending on the run and stuff like that, and all your error codes. And what's nice about this particular charger is that in the event if you do run that lithium battery where it shuts off, this actually has a battery reactivation algorithm in there. So it'll tell you how to, it automatically will reactivate the shut off battery and stuff like that. So, and then if you're running the absorbed glass mat or the flooded lead acid, it'll actually go through a cell equalization mode where it actually brings the voltage up high, so it brings up all the cells and stuff like that. So that's a nice little piece I'll have out in the shed. So I'll mount that somewhere inside the shed, and this is all weatherproof and stuff like that, so you can have it out in the elements. So the last thing that I need for this thing is a solar panel. So I don't need a very big one, because this thing is only going to be doing a maintenance charge, and if I use that battery once or twice a week during the spring, summer, and fall time, that's a lot. So don't need a huge solar panel. So I got their solar panel, the Renogy. This is a 50 watt, 12 volt solar panel. I don't have any mounting hardware or stuff like that. I'd have to create my own. So this is my actually my first real, solar panel that I have, other than little Chotsky solar light stuff. So this is my first true solar panel. So if you know what a solar panel looks like, you got the connections in the back for your positive and negative, and it gives you all the specification of this particular solar panel. So this is the RNG-50D-SS. So the maximum power at STC is 50 watts. Open circuit voltage is 22.3 volts. Short circuit current is 2.94 amps. Optimum operating voltage is 18.6. Optimum operating current is 2.69 amps. And then the maximum system voltage that this panel can handle is 600 volts. And then the maximum series fuse is 15 amps. And of course, all your measurements and stuff like that. So it's one of them pretty black panels, and it's real glass. So, definitely don't want to be dropping it and stuff like that. So that's about it for this little show and tell of the Renogy solar charge controller with 50 watt solar panel. So I'll have to figure out where and how to mount that. So I'll probably come up with some sort of wacky invention to mount that 50 watt solar panel, and then hook up the wires and stuff like that. So that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. You can also follow me on Rumble.